Hi, Alice here. Why did I choose a grass garden for my yard? Why not a regular garden like wildflowers, pollinators? I wanted a maintenance free garden to help with erosion control, have benefit for wildlife, and I didn't want to worry about herbicide, pests, diseases. Native grasses, my answer. Fakahatchee grass, also known as eastern gamma grass, is an upright perennial grass. Watch for gardening tips to help you be successful with this plant and other plants in your garden and the gardening card for this grass. Native to the southeastern United States and also considered a Florida native. It's USDA zones 8 through 11 in Florida, which is the entire state. If you're new to Florida or redoing your garden and you want a very low maintenance plant, stay tuned. This Fakahatchee grass may be just the plant for you. A great grower meets my criteria. First, almost no maintenance. You plant it, you water it to get it established. Once it's established, it grows. Second, I didn't want to do a lot of cutting back and dividing. Just plant it and leave it. It's optional whether you cut it back in the late winter, early spring. You can cut it back. Some say that it helps it grow better, but I have not cut mine back since I put it in the ground more than 2 years ago, and it is thriving and beautiful. Another one of my criteria was I wanted a grass that would be adaptable to a variety of soils. Finally, I wanted some kind of bloom. Blustery winter garden day. Here in my grass garden, Fakahatchee grass that I'm using stabilizing the slope and also as a screen. You can see these three plants providing a nice screening. Easy to grow once it's established. To establish it, water until roots are developed, probably about 30 days. And then if there's a really, really dry spell, water once a week. Sun requirements, full sun. It also tolerates partial shade. Soil requirements, like sandy soils, it likes loamy soils. My soil is a mixture of sand and loam. Very adaptable from acidic to alkaline. So the pH would be 5.1 to 7.5. Likes well drained soil. Water requirements are, as I mentioned, water to establish and then can become somewhat drought tolerant. The nice thing about this plant, which makes it great for Florida gardeners, is that after a storm, it can tolerate standing water and flooding for a period of time. It does like moist soil, but will tolerate and adapt to drier conditions. You'll notice that it has brown tips. This is because we've had more than 10 days of frost. If there's a serious freeze, the plant may die back, but in the spring you cut it at the base and it'll grow back. Gardening tip. You may cut back this plant if you choose to. You'll cut down to the base, but it's not necessary. So if you want a plant that's virtually maintenance free, this is your kind of plant. Certainly, it's my kind of plant. It's a wonderful addition to any yard, especially if you're interested in creating habitat for wildlife. Provides protection for birds, small mammals, for reptiles. It's also the larva host plant for three types of skipper butterflies. Bloom time is spring. Deer come eat the seeds off of the plant, but they don't eat any of the leaves because the leaves have small teeth. You can't see them, but you can sure feel them on your skin. Gardening tip: when you're getting ready to cut back this plant, be sure to wear long sleeves and gloves. Prevent skin tears from the saw-like teeth along the side of the leaves. There are a lot of uses for this native grass in your garden. Use it for stabilization of a slope and bank, like I'm using it here. Use it as a shrub substitute. See how nice and full and bushy it does grow in a bunch. You don't have to worry about it spreading by runners all over. Very nice contained, great as a backdrop for a pollinator or wildflower garden. And as a single specimen plant, the beautiful upright habit, wind tolerant, and no pests. It's a great potential addition to your yard. If you're new to Florida, this is a wonderful grass that will grow well, and its range in Florida is from the panhandle all the way across North Florida, where I live, all the way down. Height is 4 to 6 feet tall. Its width is about the same, 4 to 6 feet wide. You need, like I have here, a wide space. But there is another plant, a cultivar, that's a dwarf Fakahatchee. Let's go take a look at one. This is the edge of my rain garden, and there is the full-grown Dwarf Fakahatchee. This one is about half the size of the one on the corner. So I asked my friend, who's the botanist, why is it that these Dwarf Fakahatchees are all different sizes? And she said, well, it's a genetic thing, and they have a variable growth rate. Here's another look at the Dwarf Fakahatchees. It's mid-afternoon, so they've been in the sun for about 8 hours. Dwarf Fakahatchees have very similar requirements to regular Fakahatchee grass. They prefer full sun, partial shade. Soil is the same, from acidic to alkaline, and water requirements are the same. My grass garden was a great decision and a wonderful investment of time and money. The plants are thriving. They're beautiful through all 4 seasons. I get a lot of compliments from the neighbors. It gives me great pleasure to enjoy them when I'm in the yard and I turn a corner and, oh, look how beautiful that grass is. If you don't have Florida native grasses in your yard and you're looking for something to add that might be a specimen or a hedge or the border of a pollinator garden or a butterfly garden, consider a Fakahatchee, either the regular size or the dwarf. I recommend this plant. It's one of my all-time favorites. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up greatly appreciated. Comments, if you have experience you'd like to share, we all benefit. Here's some videos that you might be interested in. Subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Garden Yay! See you in the next video.